It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. We're gonna fill our house with happiness, but we'll smother the blues with tenderness. There's room for you.
Let's make meatballs. Alright, first order of business before we even get to the meat is we're going to take a big pan. I just put some olive oil in it. One whole onion, get that in there. Okay. Want to cook these onions down a little bit. Just wait till they get translucent, not burning them or anything. And then we're going to get over to the meat once this is cooked down and cooling. Alright, so these onions are about as cooked down as I want them to be. Right, they're getting a little brown, a little translucent. We're going to turn off the heat. What I'm going to do now is I got a couple cloves of garlic here. I minced up. I'm going to put those in there now that the heat's off, because we don't want the garlic to burn, but we can have it cook down just a little bit. I just like to cook down the garlic with the onions just a little bit. We turn it off the heat, so garlic shouldn't burn. Make sure you take it like literally off the hot burner it was after you stir around. Again, I'm doing this one-handed, so give me a second. Okay. And then we're going to put that over there, let that cool down, and then we're going to actually get to the meat. Meat! Here we have about 5 pounds of meat in total, about 4 pounds of beef, a pound of pork. You can change this ratio up a little bit. Sometimes I do a little bit more pork. You know, do more of like a 50-50, 2/3. Right now I'm just going to do about a quarter pork. But again, you know, that's just a preference. If I had some veal, I'd do that too, but you know, I'm not fancy. Got some seasonings in here. I'll put that at the end of the video. It's mostly salt, pepper, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. I'm probably going to add a little bit more Italian seasoning than that. What you're also going to want to add is about 2 cups of breadcrumbs. Okay, I measured that out over here. I also like to take a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Should have opened it first, but I didn't. So take a little bit of Parmesan cheese, slap that in there. Okay, that's going to add some extra salt. And then we're going to add some eggs. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And next part is I'm going to stick my hands in there and mix it all around. But I need both hands for that. If you're doing this at home, this part's going to be gross. I recommend you add as many, if not all, the ingredients as possible before you put your hands in there. Last thing we're going to add is the garlic and onions we cooked down. Make sure they cool off before you add them in, or you're going to burn your little fingies. Balls. Hear them meatballs? Okay. So it made this many meatballs. Really important step that you got to do before you form all your meatballs is you make a little patty of the mixture, and then you fry it in the pan real quick. You make it small so that it'll cook quickly, and then you taste it to see what the flavor is. I did it and I actually needed more salt, so I added some more salt in there. Did it again, tasted good. So in most cases it's going to be you need more salt, so just go ahead and add more salt anyway. whatever. But it's important that you taste it before you form all your balls. So now that we've got all the balls formed, we're going to brown them on all sides in this pan real quick. Same pan I used the onions for, because it's got that nice flavor in there. Then we're going to put them on this tray. I have a special tray here for cooking bacon and meats. It's got these holes, and all the fat's going to drain into the bottom, so it just doesn't make a big fat puddle mess. And then we're going to cook them at 350 for about 15 or so minutes, then we'll check on them and see if they're done. Alright, so we're browning our balls on all the sides. They're going to look like this. They're completely raw in the middle, but we're just trying to brown them on all the sides. You're probably going to have to do this in 2 batches if you're using one tray. I'm just going to use the one tray so I can drain the fat on them. While you're doing this, I have it at a pretty high heat, and I just keep turning them so that they kind of get like this on all sides. So yeah, then once I have this tray full, I'm going to do this tray, do about 15 minutes to 350, cut one open, see how it is. If it needs longer, great. If not, coolio. Delicious meatball check. Oh, mamma mia. Alright, I just took these bad boys out of the oven. They're still sizzling a little bit. Let me show you what we're looking for, okay? You can just take a fork or whatever and just pick one, cut into it. She's perfect. What we want to avoid is any pink. I don't want to cook it any longer than this because it's still got some juice in there. Okay. By searing it ahead of time and then baking it, what we can do now is freeze them. Okay. And now you have meatballs ready to go whenever. Something else I like to do is when I reheat these, I take the frozen meatballs, I put them in a pot of the sauce, and I put that on the stove and reheat that. You never want to boil the sauce, so you just want to heat the sauce back up with the meatballs in it. It'll keep all the nice meatball flavor in with the sauce. It'll be really good. But these meatballs right here are also good to go right now. So I'm going to eat this one, and then I'm going to probably freeze the rest of these. I got the other batch already in a freezer bag right here. By the way, I could show you how much fat I saved from these meatballs. It's pretty gross by using a pan like this, so I recommend if you don't have a pan like this, go ahead and get one. So another tip too, if you feel your meatballs are too dry when you make them, just add a little bit of water or olive oil. You can add a little milk too. That's more for like a meatloaf, and if you want to be a fatty 2x4, can't fit through the kitchen door, just add some melted butter. So yeah, that's how you make some meatballs. Thanks to everyone who's been reaching out to me on social media and through text and letting me know that they're making some of these things. Hope you guys are having fun with it. I'm having fun making them. Next episode will be out in a couple days. We'll see what we whip up, but hope you guys had some fun. Make some meatballs and bon apple teas.